National Czech and Slovak Museum and Library. Thanks for joining us. I think we're 2 weeks late because we should be the first Friday of the month, and it's obviously not that, but we had a lot going on earlier in May. So we're getting our breath caught and getting back to coffee and Kolache. I'm Stephanie Cohn, I'm the curator, and I'm here with Madison.
Hi, I'm Madison. I'm the education specialist here at the museum.
We're going to tell you about an exciting new exhibit that we have that just opened last week. I think it just opened Saturday. So this is our first week of it. It's called The Amazing Castle. And it's a exhibit that we have on loan from the Minnesota Children's Museum. And it's meant for children. So clue in from Minnesota Children's Museum, it must be meant for children. It's a very interesting exhibit though, so I'd encourage everybody to come and see it. Different kind of exhibit than we normally have, reaching kind of a different audience, trying to target those younger children. And we've been having a lot of fun with it. There's a lot of games and toys, everything kind of scaled down to about the 6-year-old set. And we're really hoping that we get a lot of young families in the museum because we don't see young families all that often given our, I suppose, all of our history topics. So here we are with something really fun and exciting. And it will be here till September 7th. So you have all summer to come and see it. And Madison has got some interesting programs to go along with the Amazing Castle. Can you tell us about those?
Yeah, so this summer what we're going to do a little bit differently at this museum, I'm new here, so, kind of different ideas and different approach to different things. But once I heard about the Amazing Castle, the first thing I thought of was how to tie it into a summer camp. So for 3 weeks in June and 3 weeks in July, we're going to have a summer camp. It's going to be Monday through Thursday, 12 to 4. So it's only going to be a half day, so it's kind of nice for a nice pool morning and then drop the kids off at summer camp. But our main focus is really going to be kind of exploring Czech and Slovak histories, castles. We're going to explore those quite a bit. We're going to have some hands-on activities and crafts as well. And then to tie up the whole thing, we're going to go through the museum and have the campers check out the exhibit as well. Kind of put their knowledge to use and kind of let them check out the museum. The main goal here is to bring in more local kids so they can enjoy the museum. Some students haven't been to the museum. Some students have only been here for school tours and stuff that we do every year. But this is going to be a kind of a behind the scenes approach for them almost, and hopefully we can learn some awesome things. We're going to incorporate some STEM components, some STEAM, and add that art aspect in there as well. But our target audience age is going to be ages 9 through 11. So we're going to kind of target a little bit older age group since we're going to do a little bit more of a science-based aspect. But it's going to be a great opportunity for kids to get in and check out the museum.
That sounds so fun. And some people might want to know, why do you have this exhibit? Because it's not about Czech and Slovak castles, but it's about castles, medieval European type castles. Yeah. So I think we felt like it was an exhibit that we could have because there definitely are a lot of castles and manor houses and chateaux in the Czech Republic and the Slovak Republic. And I think we've been told that there's more castles per capita in the Slovak Republic than anywhere else.
I've heard that too.
So we have heard that statistic. So I think that there's definitely a tie-in with the Czech and Slovak medieval life. And it's going to be really exciting, I think, for kids to kind of get their hands.
Yeah, definitely. And you kind of, to the castle in the medieval time extent, we'll have an opportunity for the kids to dress themselves in what they would want to wear if they were in the medieval times, to design a dress or to design some clothes. And that is kind of what the exhibit has as well, as different opportunities to explore different jobs and stuff as well. So there's the blacksmith, the textiles, the puppets, all that good stuff. So it's kind of a little tie-in, little bits and pieces here and there that kind of reflect what's going on in the exhibit.
Yeah, and I think the point of the exhibit from the Minnesota Children's Museum point of view was to talk about a community and how everybody in the castle, their jobs are kind of tied together. And so that's definitely the theme that you get. As you say, there's a tailor, there's a blacksmith, there's a carpenter and a gardener and a cook, and how they all kind of work together in their jobs kind of they rely on each other just like you would, and then it's all kind of tied to the great hall of the castle. So it was really well thought out, and there's a lot of fun activities and things for people to kind of play with and hopefully learn along the way. And then an exciting component to this exhibit is Harold the Dragon. So that's a fun piece that actually was so large that we couldn't fit it into the Petri Gallery. So we had to move it over to Faces of Freedom. So we have sort of a special guest exhibit component in Faces of Freedom, which is our permanent exhibit. So that's a really fun activity where the kids can, well, an adult can do it too. You can wake the sleeping dragon, whose name is Harold. And so that's kind of if you can crack the code on which buttons to push, which you have to, it's sort of like a quiz panel almost, where you have to do a matching the job to the tools of the job. And then if you do it right, you'll get Harold to awaken and he'll pop up out of the tower. So we're hoping that people will explore the rest of the museum after they're done with the Petrick Gallery, the Amazing Castle. There's one more component. If they'll just go through Faces of Freedom, our permanent exhibition, they'll find one more fun thing to do with that exhibit.
Yeah. I know I enjoyed it. I went through and when all the stuff, we were all going through the day before it opened, we all had a lot of fun doing that and had a great time with the puppet shows and all that good stuff. So it was really cool to see that in this museum and in this setting. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun this summer, and your summer camps are going to be awesome. And we also have some store product, which you brought in. So wonderful things in the store.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got a couple different things that are going to be on display, kind of right towards the exit, or I guess the entrance of the store. But you can't miss it. There's going to be a ton of different books. We've got pop-up books for castles and chateaus of Bohemia. We've got some for Slovakia. So that's one of them. They've got their, I'm gonna drop it. We've got different puzzles as well for different castles in the Czech and Slovak republics as well. I think there's 1,000 pieces, there's 500 pieces, there's all kinds of different ones as well. So any kind of puzzles you can think of are going to be there. We've got some cool artwork with castles on it as well, and it's on some t-shirts as well. If you're a t-shirt person like me, I know I've got a ridiculous t-shirt collection. I just keep adding to it at this point. But there's some really great stuff at the museum store to check out as well. I have a question about the exhibit. When it came time for you guys to kind of decide to pick exhibits, I know you planned years in advance. What was really something that drew you into the castle exhibit? What made you kind of go, this is perfect?
Well, it was kind of two things. We were looking for new topics that we haven't done before. And so it's kind of exploring the idea of castles because we had heard the statistic that there were so many castles in Slovakia. So I was kind of exploring that option. And then, online, I found this wonderful children's exhibit that you could borrow from the Minnesota Children's Museum. And the more I looked at it, I thought, well, it's this topic that I've been wanting to do. Plus it's this audience that we just don't get very often. So it's good to try to reach out and find some, young families or people with their grandkids and just make them realize that the museum is a place for you to come with your family too. It's not just something for, grown-ups only or something. So so it kind of hit two points that I was kind of interested in because, castles, who doesn't love a castle?
Exactly.
So that was going to be very cool.
Yeah. And that interactive aspect is really cool too. Kids get to, when they go to museums, they are always told you can look and you can't touch.
Right.
I grew up with my mom telling me to put my hands in my pockets, so I didn't touch anything when I was going through museums. So this is kind of a fun way to let them actually get their hands on history in a different way.
Yeah. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
So, like I said, September 7th, that's when it closes. So you'll have all summer to come and see it.
Yeah.
And we're going to switch and talk a little bit about Hobie Days because that's a really big deal coming up in Czech Village. It's a Czech Village Association event, Hobie Days, but the museum is glad to do our part because we're part of the Czech Village. So it's the 47th annual Hobie Days, which is crazy. That's a long time. And there is a program, which I have a program here for the Hobie Days. And in case you don't know, I'm sure you all do, Hobie is the Czech word for mushrooms. So Hobie Days is all about the morel mushroom. And most people have a secret place where they go hunt for those, and they're not going to tell anybody where that place is. I have never hunted for morel mushrooms, so I have no idea where people find them, but they do. So that starts tomorrow, and there's a schedule online. It's the Czech Village Association has a website where you can find the whole schedule. But it starts right away tomorrow morning. It's jam packed. There's a parade. Let me check real quick. The parade is at 11, I think. Is that true? No,
I think
10.
it's at 10.
10 till 11 is the parade. So that's going to be right here on 16th Avenue, and you'll get to see some really exciting floats. I will tell you that the museum's float is really incredibly awesome, so you'll really enjoy seeing that, but they're all going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
And So in addition to the float, there's the Miss Czech-Slovak pageant, and there's going to be kolaches for sale lots of places. Museum will be selling, they'll be for sale on the avenue. A lot of vendors are going to have special product out in front of their stores. You can also go into them. We have a special discounted rate here at the museum, I think.
Yep, it's $5 for adults, and then everyone else will get in for free. Children, students, veterans, seniors, everyone else will get in for free. And then to kick off tonight, actually, there's a concert down at the Kolache Bandstand, which is going to be on 16th Avenue there. Can't miss the big red and white stand there. So the Czech Plus Band will kick off there. And then there's a concert up here at the museum at 7:30. We've got a saffron cymbal orchestra from the Czech Republic that will be here performing. So we're kind of excited about that. I think there are about 17 different artists or musicians that will be here, and they're all about high school aged, which is really neat. But bringing them over here was really neat. They're kind of on a little bit of a Midwest tour, so they were just coming in from Nashville, and they'll be here this evening, and that'll be our kickoff for that. And then Hobie Days is going to be really cool. It's going to be super exciting, and we've got the balloon glow and stuff in the evening, and all that good stuff.
So many things going on.
There's so much.
Yeah, it's just, and it's 2 days, so it's Saturday. It's Saturday from, I think, 9 o'clock until about 4. And I think on Sunday, maybe it starts around noon, a little bit shorter, but ending about 4. So just definitely check out all those activities. And it's a great deal to get into the museum for $5 or for free and see the amazing castle. I mean, I can't even imagine. It's that's really cool.
Yeah. And it's perfect. So, and then, I guess to kind of switch just a little bit one more time to focus on kind of the upcoming stuff this summer. We've got another exhibit coming in, Spotlight on Slovakia in June. We've got workshops as well. So this summer we've got intensive Czech language courses towards the end of June on top of the summer camp as well. So that will be really awesome. This Thursday at noon, we've got our second webinar for the Voices of the Homelands. We're going to focus on World War II, which is kind of a big deal, especially this time of year. So we're closing out the 80th anniversary of World War II as well. But yeah, there's all kinds of great stuff going on, and we're just kind of chipping away at all the stuff that we've got going on. So it's kind of nice. Now that the weather's nice, we're doing all kinds of stuff here, it feels like.
No, yeah, it really picks up. It winter's a little sleepy here after Christmas, but now we're really picking up. Yeah, the Spotlight on Slovakia is an incredible exhibit that will open June 21st, and that is about our Slovak collection. So it is 100% our beautiful artifacts from Slovakia, and will include a really interesting it's going to be a mock Chichmani house. So you can't go in the house, but you can peer in the windows of it. So it'll look like the famous houses of Chichmani village, which they're kind of a dark brown, and they're painted with white folk motifs that have a lot of symbolism behind them. It's a very famous site in Slovakia. So we're going to try to make our own representation of that, and then have just kind of the highlights of our Slovak collection. We have so many wonderful things. We can't fit them all in the gallery, but we're just going to try to pick. It's been really difficult. And every time I do the floor plan, I'm like, oh, shoot, I forgot this that I really wanted to have out. So then the floor plan goes rearranged.
It's kind of a fun brain teaser to make you kind of pick and choose all that stuff that you're going to have out there.
When I get my little graph paper out and I'm trying to fit it in, I think, I probably had to do stuff like this in, 7th grade. And here I am trying to fit everything on this piece of graph paper. And so it's been a lot of fun. So that's going to be great to showcase our own. It's great to borrow things like the Amazing Castle from somebody else, but just to highlight our own collection is also great, just so people can see what we've got going on. And then this fall we'll have a really wonderful sculpture exhibit from 2 sculptors from Slovakia. So that's going to be, you'll get more information on that. That'll be in October. So we really, as Madison said, we try to plan way in advance what we're going to do, just so, we have plenty of time to plan for it and talk about it and get the right artifacts and things.
Yeah. Awesome. And our the Spotlight on Slovakia, that's going to replace our Bohemian Porcelain, right? That's the one that's
Yes.
out right now.
Mhm.
So that's the one that people will be able to see this weekend when they come to Hobie Days, is
That's
check
true.
out that Bohemian Porcelain.
Bohemian
And
Porcelain.
that one opened up back in what,
February, I think, and
which
it
is still
closed.
one of my favorites
Oh,
to look
yeah,
at. I love
yeah.
looking at it, and
It's
all the different
beautiful.
dishes are so fun. So people will be able to still see that this weekend when they come up for Hobie Days.
Yep, that's the last day for Bohemian decorated porcelain is Memorial Day. So you've still got a couple weeks
A little
to
bit,
see
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Creeping up on us.
Right. Well, yeah, that happens so often. It happens to me too when there's an exhibit at another museum and I missed it, so
Yeah.
really, if you want to see these things, come and see us.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
not
definitely. This
here
is
forever.
definitely the weekend to do it too.
Right. It's going to be
Yeah.
great. It's going to be great weather, great events, so many things going
Yeah,
on, celebrating our Czech and Slovak heritage. So yeah, we're excited for it. So we hope that you will be excited for it too. And if you can't come here in person, you could probably check out some of the components online and really, or read a book about Czech and Slovak castles. So
yeah, that's a great way to do it. Yeah, there's your
homework.
homework. Didn't think they'd just go home with homework today, but here we
Right.
are. Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and check out the events online as well. We'll have our summer camp and stuff up there. Our webinar, like I said, is coming up next week. So got lots of stuff on the docket for the summer, and the grind never stops here at the museum.
Yeah, it is fun. We love it.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think we've covered the upcoming events of the weekend for you in our Amazing Castle exhibit. Thanks so much for joining us for Coffee and
Thank you.
Kolache, and we will see you in June.